back to the Bi-Mart Salute to the Troops 125. Mike Hogwood here along with Phil Parsons and Paul Bartholomew, and the green is back out. We're back underway, and watch this as they head into turn one. This could be really interesting.
Remember, this is the difficult part of the racetrack. You have to negotiate your way through this corner. Tight little chicane down there.
Greg Pursley does a great job on the restart. There you see back in the pack the pole sitter, Luis Martinez.
Hard race with Moses Smith and David Mayhew.
It's going to be interesting to see if they can make their way from back in the pack a bit, running back with Moses Smith in the 12 or the 16 and Derek Thorne up ahead of them. If they can make their way towards the front, and Greg Pursley, who right now seems to be the guy to beat.
Ooh, trouble. Clower is around. Was that Moses Smith, the 16 car that got into Clower?
I think it was, Phil, but Tom Clower, another one of those guys who runs a part-time schedule in this series, has turned it around.
We stay green. Remember now, Martinez stopped, so we know he has a little bit more fuel than a lot of these other competitors.
But he may be biding his time a little bit. Clower, this is only his second race of the season. He did run on the road course at Infineon. Had a really tough day there, finishing 37th. And you saw him turn around a moment ago.
Pursley maintains that lead through turn number one. Eric Holmes right now running second. Michael Self third.
And look at Eric Holmes, the defending champion in this series, has not had the season he wanted.
Oh, Brett Thompson is around in the 61 car down in turn number one.
Thompson looks like he's able to collect himself and keep going.
Lost a lot of track position. There's the 16 of Moses Smith. There's David Mayhew, the 17. Kyle Kelly now has joined this battle in the 7 car. Kyle had a great 11th place run last time out at Infineon for him.
It's only the second. He's running all the road courses. Finished 23rd at Utah. And again, there are 3 road course races in this season.
And none on the East. None in the K&N Pro Series East Division. They used to run Lime Rock and Watkins Glen.
Right.
Now strictly ovals for them. Was that Moses Smith smoking there a little bit, or did he maybe just lock the brakes up getting down in that corner?
I think he might have locked the brakes up. I haven't seen a lot of smoke out of Moses Smith. You know, you mentioned Eric Holmes starting to get his season together. We saw him running up front. He's coming off a strong run at Monroe. He had finished 4th at Irwindale. He finished 4th, so a couple of top 5s for Eric Holmes. Look at the damage on that 88 car.
See Martinez making the move down to the inside, going in turn number one. He makes that pass. That's the 6 car. That's Martinez. Brady Flaherty. Ooh, nice save by Brady Flaherty in the 07 car.
So our pole sitter starting to make his way back towards the front. There's Derek Thorne in the 9, who I think is getting a great opportunity getting in the seat of that car. They were all excited. Bob Brucani and everybody else associated with that team, that Derek Thorne's going to be a part of that operation.
Yeah, Derek does a nice job. The limited amount of times we've seen him, always runs extremely competitively. Had that runner-up finish we talked about a few moments ago at Irwindale.
He's had great success out here in the West Coast in the SRL late model series.
So far it's been all Pursley once he got the lead away from Luis Martinez.
Yeah, what more can you say about Greg Pursley? What a season he's had, and it's continuing here at Portland. So far at the Bi-Mart Salute to the Troops 125, it has been Greg Pursley showing the way. And on lap 43, good run today for Eric Holmes. 3 straight top 5s, Phil. One of those, a 3rd place finish on the road course at Infinity.
Yeah, had a great job. And finally getting that season on track, as we've talked about. But a good battle right now for the 2nd spot between Eric Holmes, Michael Self, and Andrew Ranger. Just a little bit back from Greg Pursley, about 10-12 car lengths.
Andrew Ranger, who has been a winner in both the East and the West on road courses,
as well as Canada, most of North America.
He has proven himself, we'll say that. There's a car that's really slowing down. That's our promoter of the race, the 99 of Chris Evans.
I think Chris had some more trouble. That's put him back behind the leaders here once again. We saw him have a flat tire earlier.
But Greg Pursley, who has been outstanding on every type of track, short track, half mile, road course, you name it. And there's Holmes holding on to second place. Michael Self, though, really wants to give him a battle and try to get by him.
It looks like Michael Self maybe having some designs on that runner-up spot right now. Let's see what he does here as they get down to turn number 1. See if he tries to outbrake Eric Holmes. Not this time.
Yeah, this is the passing zone coming up right here. Andrew Ranger also staying in line in that group.
Looks like David Mayhew now has moved up into the top 5. Back a ways from Andrew Ranger, but has got by some cars.
And that's incredible when you consider he's gone off the track. He's spun. He's got big-time damage to the car.
We talk about staying on the racetrack in order to get a good finish here. David Mayhew may be one to disprove that theory. But you want to be, if you're going to have trouble, Mike, you want to have it early. So a caution flag will catch you up, or some other type strategy will catch you up. If you're gonna get off the racetrack, you want to do it early.
Well, Eric Holmes, Michael Self, Andrew Ranger, they've stayed on the racetrack all day.
And Greg Pursley hasn't put a wheel off this season anywhere.
He hadn't done anything wrong this season.
What a great battle for second, though, right here.
Indeed, and look at the 20 car of Eric Holmes holding everybody off. You're talking about Pursley. He has not finished out of the top 5 all year, winning 6 races, and looks like he's the car to beat here.
Andrew Ranger peeks to the inside of Michael Self. Not quite enough there. Didn't quite get there enough.
There he goes, trying to make the pass. Self, and it gets Holmes out of shape. Self takes over second place. Ranger gets by, and Holmes is kicked back a bit.
I'm not sure exactly what happened, Eric Holmes. There maybe just locked the tires up or whatever, and then couldn't quite get in the corner like he wanted to. That opened the door for Michael Self.
Boy, did he take advantage. And now Self is going to try to chase down Greg Pursley.
Andrew Ranger now locked in that 3rd spot in front of Eric Holmes.
Self's got an awfully strong car here today in that 21.
I think that team gets stronger and stronger. Steve Portengate led team knocking on the door of these top 5 finishes.
Had a 5th place at Irwindale, finished 4th at Las Vegas.
Had a top 10 at Utah, Tuala, Utah, and one of the other road courses with a 8th place finish.
So you know he knows how to get around on these road courses, but right now it's Greg Pursley's season, and again it looks like Greg Pursley's race.
We've seen Greg be able to maintain this lead here for the last number of laps, but he's not driving away. This same margin right now is holding true.
Got a glimpse there of Jack Sellers, 67 years old.
There's Moses Smith, the 16 car, Brandon Davis, the 10. That's a battle inside the top 10.
Brandon Davis has slipped back a bit.
There's Martinez trying to make his way back towards the front. Kyle Kelly in the 7 car.
Still plenty of time in this race, Phil, if you're Luis Martinez or Brandon Davis, to get to the front. There's the battle for 6th place. Right now Moses Smith is holding off the 10 car of Davis.
These guys would like to see a caution flag to close up the gap here. There's David Mayhew just flashing by. He's running 5th. There's 6th and 7th. Moses Smith and Brandon Davis.
I think all these cars could be in contention to win here before it's over with. All of them strong here today.
There's Mayhew going by again. Couple lap cars. See Moses Smith lock that left front tire up, getting in that corner. Brandon Davis all over the back of him.
Boy, and that really takes a toll.
Greg Pursley.
Something's happened to Pursley. Our leader has blown up.
Right at the fastest part of the racetrack, just about the time he's going to get off the throttle, onto the brakes hard, and the engine lets go.
Oh, my. Now, that's something we didn't expect at all. Pursley, who's not had a DNF all year, climbing out of the race car. What a tough break for Greg Pursley.